There's a quote that I come back to quite often, and it goes like this: when you're winning, you're not as good as you think you are. And when you're losing, you're not as bad as you think you are. And why I think this idea matters in training, but even in life, because most people often ride emotional waves. When things are going well, confidence becomes identity. When things are going bad, we start to believe that's who we are. Really chase after neutrality. And what I mean by that is not numbness or apathy, but the ability to stay steady and be resilient. To let the hard times kind of roll off your back and not get carried away when things are good. And what I mean by that is, like, the good news is the hard times don't last, but the bad news is neither do the good times. And I hope that doesn't discourage you. I hope it grounds you. Life just moves in seasons. And how this applies in training is some days you might walk in and feel like you can lift every weight in the gym and everything is just moving nice and easy and you feel like you can conquer the world. Some days it's hard to just open the front door. You feel terrible, you're just getting by. But here's the truth is the task doesn't change. The goal doesn't change. And hopefully your standard doesn't change. Your job is not to perform perfectly. It's to show up and focus on the task at hand. Not how you feel, not what yesterday looked like, and not what stress followed you into the gym. Just the task. And that's a culture that I hope we are building in Empire. We don't always get to choose our energy levels. We don't always get to choose what life throws at us, but we do get to control and choose our effort that we're putting forward. And that effort doesn't have to be dramatic. Some days it might look like you're setting a PR, and some days it might look like you're just showing up and getting the job done. And here's the thing, they both count. Let me be clear, what I'm not saying is you need to suppress your emotions. Rather, I want you to embrace them. I don't want you to pretend you're not stressed, tired, and overwhelmed, because in reality, that's not strength, that's avoidance. A book I read recently was by Carl Jung, and he talks about the shadow self. And the irony is that the things that you ignore or suppress or pretend don't exist about yourself are the things that actually control you. The more we avoid these things in our life, the more control it has over us. And our goal is to not let anything have control over us. How do we tie this together is the goal is not to be emotionless. The goal is to acknowledge that it's there and do the task anyway. Not recklessly or blindly, but intentionally. Our goal is to become as resilient as possible. And to become resilient is not what you do on the easy days, but how you respond on the hard days. Our goal is not for you to be able to shine on those good days when things are easy, but for you to be able to still function and show up and put that effort forward and be a resilient person on those hard days. So my challenge for you today is to be present, be grateful, and take the moment as it is, not what you wish it would be. And then put your best effort forward, because that's how we become resilient.